welcome back. Oh, geez, my voice broke there. That sucked. Welcome back to Strange Ways, episode 31. I'm Rob. That's Scott. And Scotty, what do we got going today?
All right, guys, we got something that's kind of sentimental in a way to me because it was the first time I ever seen the band live. It is what left of I think the front somewhere, but I couldn't find it. I got a bunch of rags.
Upside Down. There you go.
There you go, my Animalize Kiss t-shirt. Look at that, man. This thing was so small, man, there ain't no way I'd have fit in it now, man. I was a string bean back in the day, man. Crocus opened up for them on that show, and they were fucking phenomenal. My first Kiss show, but this album here, I remember plainly when it came out, and that video was insane. That was probably one of the biggest Kiss videos leading up to world premiere videos, I think, that they probably ever had. You know, with the publicity and you knowing what time it's going to come on. I mean, MTV's letting you know 10 to the hour, it'll be on blah blah, and you were there, ready. Make it damn, you've seen it half a dozen times or not. A very strange album. This time for me, it didn't hit me like it had in the past, but I'm going to say this again because the broken record is back. I haven't listened to this in its entirety in a very ignored Kiss album for me, except with the exception of a couple of songs on my playlist or whatever. But I'm a little bit surprised because what was on bottom last time is not on bottom this time, and some things shuffled around. You know, I mean, like I said, this time, man, you take stage, man. You say what you need to about this album. I know we're Kiss fans, so we're both going to have something special pretty much about every Kiss album. Rob, especially Monster. Now that's going to be his. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Animalize, when I saw it, Dokken was the opening act.
Wow.
Very early in their career. I think the video for Into the Fire had just come out.
That was a tooth and nail, bro. The best album they ever done.
Yeah, they did a believe it or not, folks, back in the day, meet and greets were fucking free. They did an autograph signing at a record store downtown back then, but that's Dokken. This album, mine too, the one that's been last since I first purchased the album, is no longer last. In fact, it bumped up 2 spots, surprisingly, today. But 1 through 5 have been for pretty much forever featured on playlists. For me, that's never changed.
Okay.
Maybe the order a little bit. I find this to be a weaker album for Gene. But we'll get to that, and I think it's up to you to start your number 9.
Okay, here we are with number 9 again, man. We on the 9 roll, bro. Hell, that's high voltage and the damn
Dynasty,
Asylum or whatever the hell.
Or Dynasty we did.
Dynasty, man. Okay. All right. I'm gonna say this before I get started. One, two, three. There's 4 on here that's kind of been mixed up for me at the bottom. And that's where, of course, where we're going to start. We're going to rank them, from least favorite to favorite like we always do. But I just don't understand this hypnotic headphones listen, man. It's just totally twisted my brains out because its songs sound so different, man, and so better with headphones. So I that's one of the things I've moved around for me. Number 9, get us going with a song that used to be up a couple of notches, but it's dropped on this one because it's a filler track. It's a Gene track. It's While the City Sleeps. And it used to actually be a little higher, man, but this go around, man, and I listened to it 2 or 3 times into its entirety. Um, that's where it landed for me. It's nothing spectacular. It's just a song. It's not bad though, and let me go ahead and say this: I don't hate anything on this album. I hated something on the last album. I don't hate none of these songs on this album like I used to think I did. There you go.
Okay, but you need to stop dogging on "Save Your Love." We all know you hated that
I
song.
know,
So,
man. Dadgummit. That's
all right, my number 9. Just like Scott, this album I don't hate anything. I used to hate what used to be in last place, and I don't, at least today.
yep.
But number 9 now is "Lonely Is the Hunter." It's a good kind of laid back groove tune, but this has got so many strong Paul songs on it that Gene's just kind of lost in the shuffle for me.
Mm.
They're not bad songs. They just don't, one of them. The rest of Gene's just don't compete with Paul on this album for me. So "Lonely Is the Hunter."
Okay. I guess we might as well get this out of the way before we get trudging through. It looks like me and Rob's gonna be on a different wavelength this time too. Except I guarantee you we're gonna be close up front though. I guarantee you that.
Damn well better.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, man. Number 8 is a song that I've never really cared for, but I've never really hated, or just there. It's another filler. Get all you can take. Paul, this could have been a better song. I don't like it when Paul goes that extra mile and goes that high on some of these songs, man. I mean, this is Crazy Nights high. Yeah, this was the beginning of the destruction of the voice, man. There's no reason for it. I just don't understand, man. I don't.
The reason my take on why Paul started doing this versus the 70s and early 80s where it was tough Paul, or if you want to call it romantic Paul, when he started really pushing the fucking limits, think of what was out then. I mean, everybody in hair metal was singing high, whether it was Doc and even non-hair metal Iron Maiden. All the popular bands had a singer who was hitting new heights. Paul just happened to do it better than everybody else. He just paid for it in the long run.
I just, hell, I don't know. They hit the heights, man. I don't see any reason to have to trend
No.
follow, but here we go. Yeah, I ain't gonna get on that tirade, or we'll never come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's okay. It's a song that's always just been around my bottom half. It's never got up in my top 5 or whatever. So,
All right. My number 8 is your number 9. While the City Sleeps. Another seems to be a thing here with Gene on this album. It's kind of that mid tempo, just kind of chill vibe, like Naked City, X-Ray Eyes type, tempo. It's a good tune, but again, there's nothing special about it. I wouldn't go as far. If these are fillers, they're pretty good fillers on the album.
yeah.
But for me, again, there's just nothing that really separates this from the bottom, half of the list. So While the City Sleeps, number 8.
Well, I'm going to say this while we're on that song, and I forgot to say it when I was on that song. If that's Bruce Kulick playing the lead on that damn song, it is fucking phenomenal. I'm telling you, there's parts of these songs that I've been through right now already, man. It's just.
But did he play in the studio? Because I thought
Yeah.
St. John didn't start having problems until tour.
He played on, I think, 2 of Gene's leads on this album in the studio. You can kind of tell because his guitar has a totally different tone than Mark St. John's.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, the leads on this album are fucking fantastic.
Wow, St. John was extreme. He was a shredder like Vinny, except way more controlled than Vinny. That's why they got him. We'll never know what would have been with Mark St. John because of that hand problem, disease, whatever it was, and of course now he,
Yeah.
passed.
And what I
But
heard, how he got that hand ain't too damn pretty, man, on Gene or Paul. So we'll get into that another time.
yeah,
Um,
okay, that was your number. Oh, you're at number 7 now.
I'm at number 11, man. All right.
11.
11. Yep.
All
Number
right.
11. All right. Okay. This used to be the worst song on here for me forever. I never give it credit. I never liked it. Now I like it better than 2 songs on here. I can't even believe I'm sitting here saying this because I have shit on this song my whole life. Literally. And I guess it's good my videos are gone because people will be coming out of the woodwork saying, "You hypocritical prick." But anyway, burn, bitch, burn. I can't believe I actually got a groove with this song today, man.
I told you. I fucking told you.
Headphones, bro. Yeah, man. Great intro.
This song gets shit on by every fucking Kiss podcaster, and usually because of the cheesy lyrics. I don't give a fuck, man. The song kicks ass. The core. I'll get to it on my turn. Go
That's
ahead.
right, man. I mean, well, cheesy. That's
I'm just glad you are one of the people who didn't like it and is finally acknowledging it's better than you thought.
It's better than I thought because it's always been last on here. I do remember that. I mean, I've never had anything to do with the song at all, but today, hell, I enjoyed it, man. I mean, like I said, the solos really pulled me in on this damn album today, bro. So that's my number 7. Burn, bitch, burn. Okay.
Oh, I love that chorus. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Number 7 for me was always last for me. Wouldn't even listen to it. I was hung up on one part of the song, and it turns out that part of the song isn't even that prevalent in the song.
Don't say it.
Murder in High Heels. Killer, opening guitar groove, all of Creatures of the Night almost, style. And it's a really funky groove. For some reason in my head, I kept hearing that murder. Well, it's such a minimal part of the fucking song. It's actually a pretty decent fucking song.
You damn right it is. And I am so glad to hear somebody say that. I've always loved this song. As soon as this song come on, when I first heard it, dun 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 dun, Eric fucking Carr and them riffs are fucking melt your face on this song, bro.
Yeah, it's a good tune.
Wow. The lead is just, never mind. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Number 6 for me, pick up sticks, is a song that's, I don't know how to put this song. They actually played this live on this damn tour, and I'd never understood why. I don't think neither one of us did. Under the Gun. It's not bad. It's better than what the hell I like it better than what I've said so far. But it's just there's nothing special to say about it, man. I love the leads in it. Paul does a great job singing this song, and Eric Carr, the thumping of the drums, man, will rattle your bones in this song too, man. It's a high tempo freaking song, and it's just musically it's great. I just think it's too fast for Paul. He was really struggling singing it live because he's moving around so much, and these are quick lyrics, man. So,
yeah.
But it's just that's where it's failed. Yeah, it's number 6 because I like the other ones better. There you go.
My number 6, ding, 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 Under the Gun.
Yeah.
We have hit our first one. This one, yes, I do not understand. I did not understand when I watched this on MTV for the first time why this was chose for a live song. It makes zero sense to me. They represented with Heaven's on Fire and Thrills in the Night off of this. So, throw a Gene song in. I don't care. Pick one. If you want to do another Paul song, maybe I've had enough. I mean,
Damn.
I don't know what the significance this is with Paul or the record company. Why this? I've never heard. It was forgotten as quickly as it was put in the set list by the next tour. I don't understand it. It's never been on one of their greatest hits. I don't understand why this was chose, like you said. If there is a such thing as a Paul filler song, this is it. It's not a terrible song, but you're right. It's up tempo just for the sake of being up tempo. It's in a rush to go nowhere.
Yeah.
There's nothing that stands out and says that this is a special song. So it wouldn't be so egregious to me on this album if it wouldn't be for the fact that they chose to play it on the tour for that album. I just don't understand it.
I don't either, and I remember the sticker, the little round sticker on the cassette when I bought this. It's includes Heaven's on Fire, Thrills in the Night, and Under the Gun. Yep. Shit you not.
Wow. Well, whatever.
Okay.
Like I said, not terrible, not great. It's just there.
Yeah, and like I said, man, I really shit on this album for a long time, except for a couple of songs, man, that really made it stand out. But like you said, man, I don't know what it is. I don't know if you call it blinders on, or you just ain't listening the right way, or you just ain't paying attention to things at certain times. I don't know, man. All right.
I think what happens for me anyway is when you've got, especially in this case, you've got such an epic, and I mean take the world by fire, Heaven's on Fire song. Everything else is going to seem less impressive. And when that happens with me, if it don't take with me immediately, I'll have a tendency, usually not even on purpose, just to not even go back and listen to it again.
And
I think that's what happens on a lot of the 80s Kiss albums for a lot of people is they hear the hits and then they hear the rest of the album's not as good, so they just never listen to it again. I mean, I'm guilty of it.
You took
I'm
words
guilty
right out of my mouth, man. You expect everything to be that good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Imagine taking that approach to High Voltage, and you start off with TNT, and then you're like, well, what the fuck? Where's the other TNT songs? Well, there isn't. They're different. You appreciate them for what they are.
They're low key. They're bluesy. They're sitting around drinking a bottle of whiskey. Yeah, man. It's just a whole different vibe, man. All right, guys. Wait a minute. Was that
your number 5?
My number 5. Okay.
No, yeah, you're number 5.
Yep, you're right. Okay, because we matched on that one. All right, number 5 for me. It's now from right here up. I'm in. I thoroughly enjoy everything from here up, man. Even if I didn't, a couple of these songs, maybe as much as I've always liked these songs, but I like them more now than I did. There you go. I don't know how else to put it. You're better with words than I am. But anyway, Thrills in the Night, number 5. Freaking, they played it spectacular live. I mean, absolutely dead on point. And I got no problem with the up-tempo solo in this damn song, man. I know some people say, that's just too busy for this song, but damn. And I'll say it again, the solos on this album.
Hey, little one.
Yeah, she's all.
Which one is that?
That one's Kylie. See, I'm named after
Callie.
Kyle Busch. Kylie.
God, that is just a beautiful. Is that a calico?
It's yeah.
The wife wants to see the cat. Hold it back up again.
Okay.
Just gorgeous.
Say, I got a mask on. I look like a bandit.
Yeah.
She's my baby, man. I got her and her brother when they was kittens. I got 2 of them. He's I thought they were both girls because they were little, and just a short story. His berries hadn't dropped yet, So we called them Kylie and Miley. So whenever he came out a boy, we had to change it to Milo. Kylie and Milo. So there you go. All right.
There you go.
Thrills in the Night, great. Just like I said before, man, the solos on this album are absolutely spectacular. I don't care who's playing them. They're doing a hell of a job of it, man, because I don't think there's a solo on this thing except for one song that we know that is absolutely insane. So, yeah, Thrills in the Night, great song. Like I said, from here up, man, it's playlist material for me, man.
Yeah.
So,
Me too. Me too. And my number 5, you've already mentioned, and I'm kind of with you, but one thing saves this song for me, and it's the chorus, and that is Get All You Can Take. It goes from a filler kind of track, but that chorus, there's something hypnotic about the way they're harmonizing that chorus. And of course, I didn't notice it right away, till maybe a year or two later. The fact that they slip in there, what fucking difference does it make so cleverly
yeah,
and so underemphasized that you don't even notice it? Like I was telling the wife, you could just play it on the radio and most people wouldn't even notice they said it.
yeah.
I just love, like I said, that the whole melodic feel of the chorus makes this song better for me than it probably is.
Well, the only thing that I didn't like about the song, and it's not that I hate it, is I love the chorus, I love the verses and stuff in here. I just think Paul just stretches it a little too much vocally.
Yeah, he does a little unnecessary,
That's
he takes some unnecessary risks in this song.
yeah. And like I said, nothing on here that I dislike anymore. So
Yeah.
okay. Number 4. And damn, much better. Every time it seems like I listen to this song because I hear everybody on this planet, and I've never heard anybody say anything good about this song. You did just a little bit ago. I was surprised. And I don't know what the hell they're listening to. I really don't. Because when that damn Murder in High Heels starts, brother, it is just a groove from hell, brother. And I mean, they're in that damn groove too, boy. It's just a freaking dun 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 dun. It's great. It's a great groove. And yeah, Gene's trying to be a demon without makeup. It's murder in high heel. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just a little part of the song this is my weakest point of the song. But he sings the damn thing spectacular. And I just went hand in hand with people over the years, about Gene's songs in the 80s, man. And I'm going to tell you, man, I don't hear no more from Gene or Paul that Gene has done bad on these damn albums, man. Except for Paul's good ones. They're the ones that really stick out above everything.
Yeah.
But the rest of Paul's, fillers and stuff ain't no better than Gene's, man. I mean, they're all good songs. You just got to find that groove. If you like rocking, it gets pushed aside, man. I hate how it gets ignored, and I'm guilty of doing it myself. So,
yeah, I'm guilty of a lot. And my number 4, you've touched on. It's funny how on one album, 2 songs that get unfairly judged. My song here is Burn Bitch Burn.
mhm.
I think a big part of why post Lick It Up, so Animalize, Asylum, Crazy Nights, even to an extent into Hot in the Shade, why Gene gets shit on here is, one, they're not heavy songs, and people just can't see. Kiss fans are fucking terribly judgmental to whatever era they prefer and then dismiss anything for the slight. I think between him not being as heavy with his voice and they can't get past his visual. There's no secret Gene looked horrible in the 80s with his wardrobe choices and his afro, and he'd wear more blush than a transvestite on the corner. I mean, yeah, I get it, but you can't fall victim into judging a book by its cover. And I did it for a while in the 80s, but by the time I got into the 90s, in the 2000s especially, I put all that shit aside. Like I said, I have a buddy on here who will judge based. I sent him, I remember, a video, and maybe we'll get into it. Maybe we won't. It's not hard rock or anything. It's more of a folk type music. But it's from the 70s, right? And he couldn't get past. All he could do was mock and ridicule how goofy they look. Well,
No way.
then fucking turn away and just listen to the fucking song, man. I mean,
What?
you got to understand, not everybody's. I mean, look, AC/DC, case in point. These are not attractive men. It does not mean that they're musically not gifted. Yeah, I mean, it's you can't judge by that. I'm guilty of it. I always gravitated to the cool looking dude bands, but at the end of the day, you know who was extremely talented and never got credit? Crocus, one of the ugliest Richard Simmons afro wearing singers on the planet.
Damn right.
I mean, it's just I was guilty of it. I've grown out of it, but I don't think a lot of Kiss fans have. They don't. They want Dr. Love. They want, God of Thunder, Gene and She and Watching You, and they can't accept the fact that, hey, Gene can sing too besides just growl.
Damn right he can.
And Burn Bitch Burn, to me, I don't care. You can't come at me with cheesy lyrics if you're a 70s Kiss fan and you like Take Me or Mr. Speed, okay? You can't come at me when he's singing, a song about being 93 while the chick he wants to bang is 16. I mean, get the fuck over it. It's the 80s especially was nothing but one big sexual entendre after another. It's all sex, drugs, and rock and roll, people. It's been that way since the 50s. Go back and listen to some of those songs from the 50s. What do you think they're singing about just because they do it in a more respectful manner? And to judge a song like Burn Bitch Burn based on a single line, which I still say is a clever line.
Yeah.
When that chorus has got so much fucking harmony and melody in it, it may not be the greatest Gene song, but it definitely deserves a lot more respect than it gets.
Yep, and they don't get the respect, just like Bon Scott and all these other guys with all these sexual innuendos in their songs, and they may have 10 in one damn song. And people, fuck you, man. I mean, if you don't like it, like I said, fuck off. Find some time to go listen to some bullshit or whatever. I don't care, man. But you're right about now. I have to disagree with Gene's songs not being heavy because these damn 80 songs that Gene's in has got.
I mean vocally.
Oh,
he's not.
okay.
Yeah, he's not doing the angry Gene voice.
He's not almost human. I'm almost human. Yeah. And it's not these songs. Some of these songs are not. They're not built for that.
Right.
I hate when he does that shit and it's not built for that, man. Live, when he does that, the Love Gun tour or whatever.
Yeah, live too.
But Gene did look pretty fucking ridiculous on Lick It Up video. He looks like he's got his damn. He's walking like he's the demon still, man. He did not want to transform out of that character, brother. And I can't blame him. I mean,
no, it's all he knew.
In his book, he said Paul fit right in with the damn pretty boys, and Paul was eating it up. He could do anything and look good. He said, but Gene looked like hell. He said he never was a good looking man. That motherfucker was delusional. He thought he was the best looking man. Peter's the funniest shit in that book.
He still thinks he's a good looking, Tom Selleck type George Clooney guy, Gene. I whatever. Dude. And he thinks that 4 cans of Aquanet doesn't make his hair look like a helmet.
Damn, Davy Crockett fucking. Remember that revenge dude he used to have? God, I was looking for the tail hanging off that son of a bitch,
Okay, what are we up to? You're number 4?
Yeah. Let's know what it is now before we get carried away. All right. Yeah. I like that. That's a good one, man. Number 3. A song.
What was your number 4?
Oh, Murder in High Heels. So it's your number 4 then, ain't it?
No, I just did Burn Bitch Burn as my number 4. Yeah, so you're number 3. You were right. Yeah. You were right. Go ahead.
Number 3, bro, is a song that has jumped up very high. And it is the highest Gene song on here for me. And I love this song, man. And I could not get enough of Bruce Kulick's lead. This is one of the songs that he supposedly, I think it's on this. I'm going to verify this right quick.
Okay.
I'm going to try the damn way. If it's on here, the credit should be on here. Well, I'm not going to go through all that, but I'm pretty sure. Now,
Side note, real quick, like we're always guilty of. I know you read comments. I read comments. Did you happen to see the comment? I don't remember what video it was from, but I was literally laughing out loud by myself at my computer. The dude said, "Tell Scott to put a shirt on because I'm starting to
oh
question my
God,
sexuality."
dude. Oh, yeah, man. Hey, oh my God, dude.
I was laughing my fucking ass off.
I don't
That was
know if I
hilarious.
put a thumbs up on that or not. I, I can't. I can't remember. I'm like, please be a chick.
It's a compliment, dude.
Yeah, please be a chick, man. Just have a, 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 a masculine name or some shit, you know. But anyway, yeah, I did. I see. I scanned through all of them today, and that's why I give you those little jabs. That I'm not going to give you everything at one time. That stuff you
Right.
can go back and do just to transform some of those early ones, and then I'll get on to the next ones just to see. I just want to test the waters. I want to see how
Right.
that creates more by reinserting. But anyway, um,
Okay, so you said something about the guitar work on your number 3, which you haven't revealed.
Lonely is the freaking hunter, brother.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, man. A great freaking song, a jamming ass song, and probably the best lead on the damn album right there, bro.
Is that the one you were wondering if it was Bruce or?
I'm pretty sure I'm about 90% that's Bruce on that one, bro. And
Okay.
now that's why I say 90, but I've got to confirm it. I think he plays on 2 Gene leads. I'm pretty sure on this, and I'm about 100% sure that's one of them. But the only thing that it's not 100% great for me is the chorus. It's a little too slow, but the verses, the music, the lead is phenomenal. The best Gene song, in my opinion. I love Murder in High Heels. It was right behind this. Those two are great Gene songs that never get mentioned.
Perfect. Okay, my number 3 you hit already in Thrills of the Night.
Thrills.
Um,
I love you, man. Thrills of the Night. Hey, that's a good one there, dude. I like
is that what I said?
Yeah.
Whoops. Thrills in the Night. Uh, this song, and of course they played it, live for that tour. I don't know if it continued past. Maybe it did in Asylum.
I don't think so.
No. Okay. I don't know why, because this is a good song for a live performance.
Right.
And it's a damn good song. And I always go back to this, and it has nothing to do with the song, but the actual video was so hard to find. In fact, I don't know if I ever saw it on MTV. I saw it on Night Flight.
Yeah.
And I luckily had been recording. So we had it, and I wore it out on the VHS tape till it would start to just get scrambled. And the tracking could never be fixed. But because there was a part after the solo where he does his breakdown and his face is right in the camera, and when he's singing, his eyes are doing this weird fucking, almost like he's trying to do the old "I'm hypnotizing you." It was fucking just weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how he even did, or if he even was aware that he was doing it. But I've always loved this song. I think it should have been a little bit, more favored in the 80s on their live sets, but it is what it is. Can't change history. So number 3, Thrills in the Night.
I can't disagree either, man. And I did see that on MTV. They did not play it much, but every once in a while it did make an appearance. And they just went in there and shot a concert footage. It came off of that concert footage, I think, that the live show or whatever. And that's cool, but they just used the studio version, of course, how they do. And that's what the hell I wish they would have done with the Rock and Roll All Night video. Instead of using the live version, and use the damn studio version, man. Damn it.
And my other beef on that is stop with the clips and just take one performance. I don't like that when you're mashing in several different clips I get the nostalgia of it, but it's so busy that I wish it would just be one performance like Thrills. Well, even if Thrills of the Night wasn't, it was all the same lighting and stuff, so it looked as if it was. And Rock and Roll Night, you got black and white, then you got color, then you got this guitar, and then using this costume. Like, stop it already.
Now I have to say that I did like how they done that. I like the clips, see,
Really?
but
I've never been a clip guy.
really?
I'd rather have a solid performance.
Oh, okay. Well, I like either one. It's just according, what version, live, studio, but the studio version don't have the solo in it. So
Yeah.
okay, we're getting down to the nitty gritty now. All right, number 2. You did your number 3, right?
Yes, Thrills in the Night.
Yeah, Thrills. That's right. This when this first came out, this is my favorite song on this album, and it's always been first or second, always. And of course, it's the release, Heaven's on Fire, and it's phenomenal on the studio track. It is freaking a great, powerful, just produced by Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. I'll have to give it to them if that's true. Now, I don't know how much I buy into that shit or how much help they had producing this album, but if they did it, this is the best produced album them fuckers have ever done because it sounds phenomenal. I think
it does, but
is great.
But the actual audio level's too fucking low. I noticed it right away, even on Spotify when I put it in. I had to turn my speakers up louder than I usually do just to get the same volume that I usually get. A lot of bands did that shit. You look at Billy Squire's entire catalog. If you're used to playing your fucking music on 6 and you put that catalog in, you're gonna have to turn it to 8 or 9 to get the volume to match. And that's kind of the way it did. It sonically sounded good. The mix was too fucking low.
Yeah, man, it does. It's got a perfect sound. Now, like I said, I guarantee you they had to have somebody telling them something. I just, because like you said, anything they've ever done, it's damn near shit, man. So how did they pull this masterpiece out? Which I will say that because considering what they have done, it is. So
yeah.
But Heaven's on Fire, man, absolutely great song. I've never, maybe the Animalize tour. Yeah, it was better than what I might have been thinking about a later version of it, man, the way they play it on the later versions. I just never thought they really grabbed this song great live. But studio wise, this is a perfect freaking song. I just wish they would have took time to make a solo because every solo in this damn album is phenomenal. And you got one solo with it. No solo, just rhythm guitar playing.
I know that drives you nuts. So it doesn't bother me as long as as what's replacing a solo actually fits and doesn't slow the song down somehow. I don't know how else to say it, but yeah, I get it. And I think the problem that suffers Heaven's on Fire is the same as Lick It Up. For some reason, they speed these two songs up live, and they always have. And these songs, I mean, I understand excitement. I understand if you're playing, stuff that was ancient, like from the first 3 albums, and maybe speeding it up a little bit to make it sound fresh. But this is just released, and it's released at a tempo that went wild in sales. Why are you changing the sound of it when people are hearing and buying the album and coming to the concert because they like the song the way it was?
Yes.
And they've done it with Heaven's on Fire and Lick It Up from the tour that they debuted it all the way through to the end.
Yeah,
they speed them up and they lose something. Heaven's on Fire and Lick It Up are meant to be mid-tempo rock songs, not fast tempo movers. And that's what they try to do to them.
And like I've said before, I want to hear the songs like I know them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. My number 2, I have a feeling, is your number 1, unless I've been paying attention incorrectly. I've Had Enough, Into the Fire, one of the most criminally underrated songs in the Kiss catalog. including guilty as charged Paul and Gene for ignoring this song. You're going to put Under the Gun in your set, and you've got this in your chamber. I have never met anybody in my life, first of all, or saw any podcast or read any comments of anybody who says Under the Gun's one of their favorite songs on this album.
No.
But I hear a shit ton of people saying the best song on this album is I've Had Enough. So how can the disconnect be that big between Paul and the Kiss camp and what everybody else hears? I will never know. But I love this song. I love the way he hits a high note towards the end of this song. It's just this song needs to be played fast. This is an ass mover, not Heaven's on Fire.
Yes.
But this could flip flop for me any day of the week. My number 1 and 2. Of course, we all know by now it's going to be no surprise what number 1 is. We've got our number 1 and 2 reversed. That's all there is to it. So,
yep. And we did.
Your number.
We did hit.
Yeah, we did
here. So,
yep.
Now, yes, since you just said a lot, but wow. I don't even realize when this thing came out, man, how great this song was, man, because Heaven's on Fire, man, it was on repeat.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm telling you right now, why it's not that they've ignored this song. And this is my number 1, guys. I've had enough Into the Fire. Why they've ignored this song? Why is it a leadoff track? Okay, you know why it is? Because somebody had to say, man, that's fucking awesome. There's no way they can sit there and listen to the feedback on these songs, man, and say, yeah, filler track. Bullshit. That is a great song. Lyrically, the lyrics in it are fucking awesome. And you can tell it took a little finesse and a little time to put this song together, bro. This is nowhere near a filler track. The music in it is complex as hell. I mean, you think you're about to get some Rush or something coming at you, bro. And they want to talk, Kiss can't fucking play. Man, you get the hell out of here, bro. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, that is you pull the guitar out, and just because you can play the guitar, or you pull the drums out, and just because you think you're hot on the drums, man, you sit down and you play that fucking song right off the damn rip. I don't.
That's what kills me about especially on YouTube, right? And there is unquestionably millions of extremely talented guitarists out there. I'm not taking that away from. But you see all these videos on YouTube of this guy's watch me play this song, and they'll play along with it. Watch me, or they'll do remove the guitar track and just play whatever. I'm not impressed when you sit on a stool and you're staring at the guitar. I don't care if you hit every note perfectly.
Yeah.
Get up on stage, run around while you're playing it and sing it, and then tell me it's an easy song. Why do you think John Five and Eric Johnson and some of these guitarists put their, and even Bruce Kulick, Paul made fun of him in the early Kiss days, put their guitar way up here? Because it's easier to fucking reach everything. So I'm not saying John Five's not great. I'm saying if you're as great as you think you are, drop it down to where Jakey Lee plays once, or Zach Wilde. I mean,
I know Bruce played his guitar maybe a little bit higher, but I've never seen him have it up here. I mean, it was always mid.
No, Paul took some liberties and exaggerated a little bit, because he said that in one, I think it was Kiss Confidential or something, when they were talking about how all the members have grown, and he said Bruce used to stand in the back like a tree and holding a ukulele.
Yeah, he's a hired hand. Yeah, he's thrown on the damn stage out of a damn I don't know how long of a notice. What the hell is he?
But if you look at the Animalize footage, and then watch him play on a Live 3 footage, his guitar's down, he's jamming, and it is more comfortable, trust me, as a guitar player, to sit down because you got everything right in front of you. It's hard to stand and put it in the rock star position and still hit all those notes. That's the difference I'm saying. So those people who say Kiss, it's not hard, I can play it. Yeah, you can play it on your stool, sitting down.
And staring at it. And how many times did you do that before you made the video? I know you exactly. Sit down. You ain't telling how many times. So don't sit here and act like you're more brilliant than what you are. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
man, and I just stuff like that eats me too, man. Yeah. Well, why ain't you on stage with a big band making millions of dollars?
Well,
You're
why? Because they can only replicate it. They can't come up with it. That's why. They can't create their own.
and to give a nod to Mark St. John, whether he could play the same solo or not, man, the guy had his own. He brought his own sound to the band. Momentarily, we got a brief shot of his sound, which is very different from any other guitarist that I've ever heard Kiss play. But damn, man,
Yeah.
super speed and very talented. But I'll have to say that his guitar probably has the least best sound from a Kiss guitarist to me out of all of them that they've had.
It doesn't have any depth. It's really high end, is the best way I can describe it.
But
But yes, gifted as
talented,
hell. I would have loved. I mean, granted, I'm grateful Bruce stepped in because he's my favorite Kiss guitarist ever.
yeah,
But I would have been curious to see a couple albums with Mark St. John just to see really what he was capable of. And maybe even it would have been nice to see him live, but unfortunately,
yeah,
it is what
I
it is.
just missed that, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I just missed it. It might have been hell months before, but
You know what would have been cool is to be at that one concert where Mark played half and Bruce played half.
that would have been,
You would be part of the rarest part of any band in history if you were at that show.
yep. And I had enough into the fire, guys, just to touch on my number one before he hits his number one. I don't care what you think, what you say, man. Put that song on, turn it up, man. And Eric Carr, I'm nodding my hat to him too. Hell, I'm taking it off to him, bro. He's thumping the double bass, man, up your ass, in your face, in your ears. It's rattling your freaking bones. He's hitting them drums so damn fast and hard, and it sounds spectacular, dude.
Well, and I'll expand on that because Vinny gets his share of credit and rightfully so for Creatures and Lick It Up, even though he didn't do a lot on Creatures. Uh, what goes unsaid is whether you liked Kiss in the 80s or not, the two people that kept this band going more than Paul Stanley for over 10 years is Eric Carr and Bruce Kulick. Period.
I,
Two of the most gifted musicians in all of music at the time, and definitely in the Kiss camp in their history. They just get cast aside like some bit players, and they're 100% response. I mean, yeah, Paul's voice is Paul's voice, but the sound you're getting, whether it's Paul's idea or not, he's not the one playing it. So they don't get enough credit in my book. They just never have. Especially in the 80s. It was all Paul or Gene, much like the 70s, but at least during the 70s, Ace and Peter, because of the gimmicks, because of the look, got not equal attention, but close. Come to the 80s, your Mark St. John's and your Bruce Kulicks and Eric Carr's and even Eric Singer, once they came out with Revenge, these guys just get tossed aside like they meant nothing to the band, and it just irritates me.
yeah, and Eric Carr and Bruce don't get enough credit for being
Yeah.
loyal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they were there, and they were not. They wanted to be there. Now we can get into, and we're not on this one. Of I don't know what kind of hell they were going through, but around the Hot and Shade Crazy Nights tour, or I don't know what Paul's deal was because of him in a damn car crash and then a damn concert the next night. None of them's even coming in there and asking him how the fuck he's doing, man. Paul's going, damn, I was just in a car crash. Ain't nobody gonna ask me how
I tell you, they got some of the best drama. This band, I haven't seen anything like it, and it's almost worth following the band through their career, even going back in hindsight. If you're new to Kiss, if you like drama and Jerry Springer shit and dirt and and all that, it is so fucking entertaining. One of my favorite interviews of all time is the Revenge tour, and Paul's fucking basically mocking Gene. It's just the two of them standing backstage,
Yeah.
and Paul's like, any idiot can get a girl or a groupie or whatever, and Gene's, he's having fun with it at first, and then the light bulb goes on, and Gene realizes, wait a minute, motherfucker, you're knocking me. He goes, don't say that. I don't go for that shit. And Paul's like, go ahead, continue. Paul's like, fuck you, bitch. Shut up.
First time and only time I've ever heard Gene stand up for himself. I mean,
but he had it coming. I mean, here you got Paul Stanley trying to be a serious rock star. That's all he's wanted to do. And Gene, since the makeup come off, has been nothing but one fucking one-liner, one fucking, dick joke after another. It's all about sex. This is completely demeaning all of Paul's efforts to keep this band together, to make great music. All Gene cared about was being looked at as a ladies' man and a funny guy. Same with that. I don't care how entertaining that Ace Frehley and Peter Criss being fucking wasted interview was in the 70s on that talk show. I can fully understand the fucking rage that you can see in Paul and Gene's face.
Oh, no.
This band, this is supposed to be one of the scariest, biggest fucking serious rock bands of all. And you two fucking idiots are acting like a couple of fucking 16-year-olds getting drunk for the first time. It's fucking embarrassing.
Gene's the only one. Paul was laughing and cutting up with them, man.
At first he was, but then he started to get irritated. He got irritated towards the end. Gene was furious
the whole damn time, and you could see it make up.
Yeah.
Hell no. Hey, I'm on Peter and Ace's side that time, by God. They made the damn show. They loved it. Tom Snyder loved them, man. Ace was being Ace, man. Peter was just half stoned out. He really wasn't even in the conversation that much. And every time Peter tried to say something, Gene would cut him off and say, toy guns. Because Peter said he liked to collect guns. Hey, what would he have been if he's, I'd been a gangster? Make believe, And Gene's just throwing little comments at him like that. And Peter's like, no, in real life. You ain't my daddy, motherfucker. I can answer my own damn questions. But Ace stole the show. And even Paul in his book said, maybe if we'd have been more like Ace, things would have went a lot better on that, man.
If they had been more like Ace, think about this. Think about what you're saying, though, the contradiction. You just got done saying the other night that Gene should have kept his mouth shut and not talked. He's supposed to be the demon.
Yeah.
And Kiss needs to be taken seriously. What are they doing playing disco? Why are their outfits now bright colors instead of black and silver and all that shit? But it's okay. It's okay in makeup for one member to be so fucking high and blitzed out of his fucking mind to make a complete ass not only of himself but the band. I don't care if Tom Snyder liked it.
Hell.
Kiss is not a Jerry Springer act. They're a serious rock band. That is embarrassing for me. I know most of you people liked it. I am embarrassed as I am as Kiss Meets the Phantom. I'm embarrassed of that interview.
I love it. I think it's the best one they've ever done. And I loved it because Ace was just being Ace. Yeah, he was.
I hate that. I hate that fucking line. All Ace Frehley fans use Ace is just being Ace. Hey, okay, so don't show up. He missed the concert. We're late 2 hours. It's just Ace being Ace. I'm so tired of that fucking argument.
It's true. I mean, it's the fucking.
That's a bad thing. That's a bad thing, dude.
To some people, yeah, man, but to some people, no. I like a rock and roll band to be reckless. I don't want them sitting up there like damn school teachers, man. I want to,
Yeah, but you just got done saying on the Destroyer video how much it was disrespectful for Ace to be playing cards instead of showing up for recording. Well, that's just Ace being Ace.
That's a whole damn different thing, though. You don't show up, fuck it, man. Hey, I'll bring somebody.
Okay, what if you paid your money for a ticket and you traveled 400 miles and all of a sudden the announcement while you're sitting there after the open band is Kiss is canceling tonight because Ace Frehley didn't make the show? Are you going to laugh and say, "Oh, that's just Ace being Ace," or are you going to be pissed?
No. You're talking about a whole different thing now, man. I'm talking.
No, I'm saying that Ace being Ace excuse is used for everything he does wrong.
No, Ace and Peter, through the whole damn 70s, man, they were never allowed to hardly do any damn thing or be a part of interviewing or anything. Gene had to stick.
And this is why. This was why.
Yeah, but everybody.
This was why.
That's why everybody loved that so much, man. They wanted to see him. Hell, I wanted to see him. I wanted to hear him talk, man. And then when Ace finally did, I mean, I was fucking rolling in the damn floor. Tom Snyder loved him. He said, man, he was the fucking show, bro. I mean, everybody.
Of course, Tom Snyder loved it. It's a talk show. He was getting ratings because of this fucking fiasco.
Dude, the one-liners Ace was throwing out there, man, talking about the pipe being laid backstage. I mean, damn, how can you not fucking love that, man? Everybody else sitting over here was so damn uptight. Paul, he was a little loose, but Gene he was just fucking. They should have just left his ass backstage. Damn, bro.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree because
Like
me
a
that
damn
was
rock star, man. Quit
no, a rock star doesn't mean being drunk or high during a professional interview. That's a bullshit thing. That's Ace's thing. Oh, Paul and Gene didn't know how to be rock stars. Rock stars about being partying. No, that's not what it means to be a rock star.
No, not all of it, but you got to be a little reckless, man. I mean, just like I said, the internet and all the coming of age and stuff, and their mouths, how they talk and how they're against this and that, and I don't never do this. And Gene, I don't know how many fucking times he's going to say, oh, I ain't never been high in my life. I ain't never took a drink of beer. Well, so what? We knew that 30 fucking years ago, 40 years.
He's proud of it.
You have to keep saying it, bruh.
Okay. Well, then let me throw this at you, Ace guy. How many fucking times do I need to hear Ace say, I'm this many years sober? I'm every fucking interview. Who gives a fuck? We know you're sober. Shut up. Same logic.
I don't believe that.
Same logic.
Ain't no way.
I don't believe it either. I'm just saying. He fucking repeats that line like Gene repeats, I've never been high or drunk in my life. They're proud of it. Yeah. So what?
But I've heard Ace say that, but I've not seen nowhere near the videos of Ace being interviewed as I have Gene, though. I mean, it's like he just goes out his way and nobody even asking him. Like, fuck, I didn't even ask you that, bro, but okay.
Well, imagine, first of all, here's a part of the disconnect. You have no problems with drugs.
Well,
Gene does.
Certain drugs I do.
Right, but he's got a problem with all of them. So he's trying to distance himself from exactly what you're saying and the people are thinking. Everything's sex, drugs, and rock and roll. He wants to tell you, look, motherfucker, you can do this without the drugs. He doesn't want to be lumped in. So I can't blame him for touting that. I've always applauded him for that because it's like Stryper coming out saying you don't got to be a goddamn Satan worshiper to play metal. Look, we're going to sing about God. Good. I mean, to stand for something when everybody else thinks you're something else, there's no shame in that. I like that.
I've got nothing against that, but damn, man, we know this. Okay? I mean, hell, everybody, my grandmother knows it. Come up with something else, man, you ain't done or something you've spectacularly.
You're talking about the same guy who uses the same 3 jokes for 40 years. He ain't going to come up with nothing else.
No, man. And it's like, loosen up, man. You just want to grab him and say, have some fun, dude. He's acting like he's not enjoying himself, man. I mean, fuck, dude. You're the biggest man in the damn world. Let your hair down a little bit, man. Fuck, dude. You ain't got to go out here and OD on heroin.
Well, and look at that time period too. Look at that time period. He was already sleeping with Diana Ross. He was already getting, and somebody's, I don't know if it was Lewis, somebody on here has tried to come back about us saying that Gene was going Hollywood at Dynasty, and that didn't happen until Animalize. No, he didn't get a movie until Animalize.
Yeah.
Around his solo album, when he starts banging Diana Ross, or before that, obviously it had to happen before that.
Yeah.
He's already hanging in the Hollywood elite circle. I understand she's a singer and not an actress. Same with Cher, but Cher was an actress to a point.
Yeah.
But those pop stars were hanging with movie stars. They were hanging in Hollywood, the glitz, the glam, the coke parties, all that shit. So whether Gene was in Hollywood physically doing movies or not at that time, he was already worried about trying to fit in with those elites.
Yeah.
So his being uptight, you could clearly, it's just my opinion, see, because he was never like, look how stupid he was on that fucking interview on that one show in black and white where he's like, I'm evil incarnate. That was embarrassing. Way back in the early 70s. So he didn't become that way. I think he became that way once he wanted to be bigger than just a rock star. And he was, when Ace is out there acting like a drugged up loser, he was embarrassed.
Hey, well, fucking good for him, man, because I'd have done the same damn thing. Hey, I'm glad because Ace was, that's why I love the interview. If it hadn't been for that, man, it would have just been a boring ass interview. I mean,
Well, all interviews are. A rock star's interview is not meant to be entertainment. It's meant to be informational, informative. I guess I
beg to
put it this way.
differ.
I did my share of drinking in my teens into my early 20s.
Yeah.
And anytime a motherfucker acted like that, I was out the fucking door. I can't stand that behavior. My first reaction is to want to punch them right in the fucking face.
Yeah, well, if they're funny, I got no problem with them. But
it's obnoxious.
If they're, because I grew up with guys and hung out with guys like that. See, I never was a drinker. You know, all I ever liked doing was smoking weed. So basically, if you went out with them, you know what you're going to get. So I would literally drink when I was with them, so
to tolerate
them. You know, yeah, man. I mean, dude, you know what you was going to get, man, because they all drank all the damn time. They don't get drunk when they wasn't doing nothing. I mean, every day. I'm like, man, how the hell y'all do that?
Well, I think we went about 25 minutes and argued through thoroughly, and I still haven't given my number one yet.
I thought we was done with the songs. You ain't done the last song yet. Hey, God damn.
I love that we can fucking argue and not give a shit.
It's
everybody is. I'm not taking this political, people, but use this as a goddamn example for everything in life. You can disagree passionately and still laugh about it and fucking move on. I don't understand today's society. I just don't get it.
Either, Rob. I don't, and I never will, man. I can't be untrue to what, and I can't be untrue to myself to appease people just to make them think that, okay, he's on my side or something. Nah, man, dude, that's just not being.
Yeah, and people just are not accepting that people are different. My reaction channel, the biggest reason I paused it, and I've gotten back into it, but very slowly, is the comment sections would piss me off so bad. And I know the answer is, okay, just don't read the comment sections. Well, that's not me. I like to interact.
Yeah.
I can't help myself.
Yeah.
But they act like I should say something like, oh, I'm just not crazy about this song, but good effort. So when I come out and say, what the fuck was that? What the fuck are they thinking? This is a piece of shit. They come at me like I am Satan. Oh. You could be more respectful. I'm thinking, who the fuck do I owe respect to? A band that I've never met? Fuck you. My opinion's passionate. I use fucking whatever words that are derogatory, whether it's stupid, trash, whatever. It doesn't mean I'm better than that band or I could even do that song. It just means by the standard that I like, this fucking sucks. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
No.
And we just basically fought here live on fucking camera about how we disagree on a whole fucking topic, and we're fine.
Yeah, and that's what it's got to be. That's how you feel. That's what you believe.
Yeah.
I mean, you
stand up for if more people were like us and stood up for their convictions and said, fuck you, this is my take, and I don't give a shit if you don't like it, instead of fucking trying to cancel people or I'm going to unsubscribe because you said something I don't agree with. Well, then get fucked. Hey, I don't care.
Freedom of speech, brother. This is America, Jack. If you don't like it, go live somewhere else and see how you like it, man.
Yeah,
that's it. Brother.
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
One, I had enough into the fire, and Rob had our little
Heavens on Fire.
Yeah.
So we just flip-flopped 1 and 2 after a long side session. That was kind of overdue because our last video was pretty funny, but we had a couple that were just quick to the point and over.
I love
and that's fine too. But Heaven's on Fire, probably I'd have to hear somebody, and if you got something, let me know in the comments. I don't think there's a better vocal intro to a song in any genre that I've ever heard, than that Accident, according to what I heard, Accident, of Paul just warming his voice up in the studio and thinking they thought it sounded so cool they used it for the intro. I've never heard another vocal intro to a song. No music, just a voice. That's that badass. The chorus outstanding melody and harmonization, and yeah, always be one of my favorite songs.
Well, I don't think I've ever heard one either, and I don't really know of any off the top of my head that
I
start
mean, there's
with something.
well, if you look at like Pour Some Sugar, I mean, one of the versions is that Step Inside, Walk. If there's not a lot, but there has to be more than we can think of right now. I've just never heard of you always, when you're at a show, you're like, oh, fuck, I know from that drum intro or that guitar lick. But like Paul always said when he introduced this is a song when you hear the intro, it's like, oh, yeah, I know that one.
Yeah.
But never have I heard a song like that where the voice is what makes you know the song immediately.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about words. I'm talking about sounds.
Yes. Yeah.
That's not lyrics, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to think of a song that somebody is doing something like that, but not speaking.
I mean,
Singing.
Steelheart's got a song called "Love You Like Never Before" that starts out with a scream, just right now. But I mean, it's cool, but it's not the same as this.
Who?
Steelheart.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the guy's got an incredible voice,
insane.
but yeah, it's just this is so unique. I just don't think I've ever heard nothing like this before. But yeah, my number one, Heaven's on Fire, always has been on this album and probably always will be.
Yeah, and I will say this too. My 1 and 2 has always been my 1 and 2, and it'll always be that. I just don't see anything else taking the place of those lead off.
No, those two songs are so fucking strong, and how fitting back to back. I mean, you start with "I've Had Enough" and go right into "Heaven's on Fire." I mean, it's just
and of course, when you've not heard, you don't have internet, and you haven't heard any of these songs except "Heaven's on Fire." Man, it's like that 1-2 punch from Detroit Rock City and King of the Nighttime World.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking, damn, this is going to be the best fucking album. I mean, you know what I'm saying, man? It's like, damn, man.
Well, and that goes back to our earlier take of why maybe some of these songs, even including by us, never got the attention or credit until you go back and listen to it. Because when you start off with those two fucking songs, pretty much everything else is going to be like, yeah, okay, but let me get back to those first two songs.
Yep. And that's what it is, man. That's what it is. And that's why, I've never heard it put that way, but anybody can say what they want to, but how you said it, that's what happens. I mean, just being honest, man, because after you've been through the album, you know what's the best to you on the album. And
you go right back to it.
Yeah. And then the other ones, like I tell you every time, and I know you tell me, entirety, listening to a CD and to its entire length. I haven't done that in a long time until we started doing this. So I'm really, really focused.
No, I'll do it on occasion when a new album comes, like Winger. I'm a big Winger fan, and when they put their Winger 7 out, I put just Winger 7 on my entire playlist. But most of the time, there's not a lot of new music from our bands coming out, so you're making a playlist. So I don't grab albums as a playlist. I just grab songs I know I want to hear, regardless of what album it comes off of. So yeah, I mean, for people like us, we don't sit down and just say, okay, what do I want to listen to, and grab a CD off the shelf and put it in and listen to it. We have a mix in this digital age. And even before that, when I had burnable CDs, I would even back in the day with make a mixtape, a cassette. I mean, it was always put your favorite songs on. So a lot of these songs you'll hear very few times, even though you've known about them for 30, 40 years.
Yeah. And don't think for 1 second. And I can speak for me, and I know Rob, he can speak for himself. But I listen to these damn things. Don't think that I'm going off past memory and just putting these things in order.
Yep.
I am really drilling these albums because I want to do it, because this is something I've loved my whole life. And I think I owe it to you guys. And what I'm doing here is real. And a lot of these songs change a lot because I'm doing this. But sometimes songs are so good that those top spots sometimes don't change. They might 1 and 2 or something like this one, but The other ones will be
And
around.
that's a perfect take, because look what happened to both of us today. If we didn't go back and listen to this authentically, like we tell you we do, my number 9 would have been Murder in High Heels, and Scott's would have been Burn
Burn,
Bitch Burn.
bitch, burn. Shit.
And that was not the case, because we freshly listened to it, whether it's age, whether it's taste change, or whether it's finally getting a chance to give it a fair shake, whatever the case, things change. I mean, you like things more or less over time. And that happened to us on this. So yeah, you can't just, I could easily pull up any Kiss album or any band I know backwards and forward and say, oh, I like this one, this one, this, and this, and put it in order. That doesn't mean I'm going on my past recollection.
Yeah.
You have to re-listen to it. So before you jump on the comments and say, well, my song is this, this, and this, did you re-listen to the album before you gave me the list?
Yes. And if you didn't listen through headphones, do it both ways. But I'm telling you, that's really making one hell of a transformation for me. I don't know about anybody else, but it is making a big difference for me, man. Huge. And I'm loving it too. And I owe it to the stuff that I've known my whole life. You know,
Yeah.
It's really been fucking fun and interesting, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it, dude.
Yeah, I am so fucking glad that, like I said, you decided to reach out to me and we hooked up for this, because you have forced me, not only with Kiss, but with music I've never heard from AC/DC and stuff, to sit down and fucking listen to it instead of just making a judgment call in AC/DC's case, or in Kiss's case, you know, basically burping out an opinion that I had 20 years ago about a song. Now I'm forced to re-listen to the damn thing.
Yeah, man. And that's why I'm loving this too, man. Because dude, you know, it don't take much time, man. I mean, when I have to work, man, and you know,
I listen to half of it in the shower, man. I mean, you can knock an album out real quick just in your daily prep time while you're cooking, whatever.
absolutely, and that's what I do too, man. When I was down there a while
Yeah.
ago, I got my it's a big boom box looking thing with speakers, but it's Bluetooth, man. It'll rattle the damn windows, dude. I'll punch my phone in and listen, and then I got my headphones if I'm exercising or outside cutting the grass. You know, I'm jamming the whole time. So yeah, man, absolutely, bro. It's been wild, and I'm loving the adventure.
All right. Well, great video. We had reviews. We had arguments. We've had side rants. We've gotten into topics about Kiss that have nothing to do with the album or the time frame. So,
ironic.
So if you stuck through to the end, you know, more power to you.
Absolutely.
And yeah, he's going to give me some more homework. We've got an AC/DC video that will be coming out tomorrow sometime. And until next time, thanks for watching.
All right.